Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Today we have a very cool one from WOR. Once again, please subscribe to the channel and share with a friend. We are trying to get to 500 subscriptions, and every subscription helps us out a ton. Thank you. Like I said, we have a really cool article, really cool to me. But let's read into this, guys. Michael Mann's Heat 2 delayed. Script hasn't been finished. So what I'm saying is very interesting about this is the fact that they're actually doing a sequel to Heat. Now, I'm on both sides of the coin here. Should you do a sequel or follow-up to the original Heat? No, you shouldn't. If you guys have not seen it, one of the better action films of the 90s. It stars Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer, Al Pacino is in it as well. Just a list of talented actors. And so, yeah, on one end, I don't think they should be doing a sequel to this film. Not really sure how you're going to do a sequel to it, especially if you're trying to connect with it directly. Michael Mann obviously has the brain for this, but I just don't know how it's going to work from a script standpoint. And it looks like that's why the script is not finished. But on the other end, it'd kind of be cool to see a sequel to Heat. Obviously, I think it's out of its time, but with the modern technology that we have, I think it'd be something very interesting to at least give a shot. Obviously, I think the budget needs to be solid for this, $200 to $250 million, and it needs to be done right. You need to have the correct director, of course, the correct writers, and the correct actors. All these things need to click, and on top of that, marketing is going to be a big thing as well. But definitely interesting overall, but let's read into this, guys. This is an updated article from Jordan Rumi. A rep tells me that the script still hasn't been finished. There's been no casting, and that a production start sometime in 2025 is being eyed, but nothing official. No official discussion has been started yet with Warner Brothers concerning the budget. So let's keep reading into this. Earlier, this was reported. There's some bad news for Heat fans. I'm hearing Warner Brothers might be getting cold feet in regards to Michael Mann's planned sequel for the 1995 film. And we have a quote. The budget demanded by Michael Mann is way too high. One source close to the studio tells me apparently Heat 2 is looking at a targeted budget that's ballooned in recent months. It's now in the $150 million range, which has caught Warner Brothers off guard, the source adds. And like I just said before we got into the details of this article, guys, the budget does need to be correct for this. If you want to do it right, obviously you don't need $300 million to make a decent film, but I do think the direction they're trying to go, that Michael Mann is trying to go in, if he thinks the budget is going to cost $150 million, that's what it's going to take. If you want it done right, it is going to take money. I can understand why Warner Brothers is hesitant. $150 million is a lot of money, and it's a lot of money for a film that is 20 plus years out of its realm as far as a sequel connection. So I do understand, but let's keep reading. With Todd Phillips' Joker, Folie à Deux, which cost $190 million, having bombed theatrically, Warner Brothers still has a slew of upcoming artois-driven productions on its schedule. We're talking new films from Paul Thomas Anderson, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Bong Joon-ho, Ryan Coogler, and David Robert Mitchell, Emerald Fennell, and Alejandro Gonzalez. And all these films are listed below, and it's showing you the budgets. For Anderson, it's $150 million, Gyllenhaal, $100 million, Bong Joon-ho, $150 million, Coogler, $100 million, Mitchell, $100 million, Fennell, $90 million, and Gonzalez, $120 million. So yeah, definitely a lot of money going out for Warner Brothers. I can see where they're going with this. You got to check the balances there before you go sending out more money, especially for sequels, like we said. But let's keep reading. Mann is close to putting the finishing touches on the script, but with the cast not locked and Mann's insistent demands to get final cut, it does look as though this one is in shaky grounds. The source adds that Mann has already spoken to Adam Driver and Austin Butler. Contracts have not been signed, but they are committed. Interesting that he's bringing up these two younger actors. I wonder if it's going to be a prequel to the events of the original Heat from 1995. Very interesting. I could see Austin Butler taking on a young Val Kilmer slot in that position there for that film, and Adam Driver, potentially a younger Robert De Niro. That'd be very interesting. Like I said, this is really cool to me, man. I think there's a lot of directions this could go in, but you got to keep Michael Mann involved and give him the budget that he needs. I think he has the vision for it, but let's keep reading. Last month, Mann told Radio France that he was in pre-production mode on Heat 2, and that judging by the stack of papers on his desk, it would definitely be his next film. He has a few other projects percolating as well, including a remake of the Korean crime thriller Veteran. But that is a film that is still in the very early stages of development. Last year, Mann told Variety's Clayton Davis the plan was for Heat 2 to shoot in 2024, and that he was putting the finishing touches on the script, which he described as both a prequel and sequel. There it is, guys. Devil is in the details. So it's a prequel and sequel idea. I think this needs to be greenlit, to be quite honest. I think this would be extremely interesting. More recently, he had been eyeing a late 2024 and early 2025 pre-production. The latest update comes as Mann's $95 million Ferrari struggled at the box office, only grossing $44 million worldwide and garnering no awards buzz. If you ask me, a real shame, since Ferrari, although not his best work, was still a sumptuous and at times thrilling art house film. Heat 2 is an adaptation of Mann's own published novel, which became a New York Times #1 bestseller in August of 2022. It's a continuation of the Heat saga. The setting takes place both before and after the original, utilizing flashbacks in the same vein as in The Godfather Part 2 and largely focusing on Vincent, Hannah, Al Pacino's character, and Chris Shiherlis, Val Kilmer's character. So yeah, it looks like, okay, Al Pacino would be the guy they do the prequel part of, but I did get it right with maybe Austin Butler playing Val Kilmer's old character. But yeah, very interesting overall, guys. Definitely want to hear what you think about this, man. I think this is exciting stuff. It sucks that they're delaying it or that it's kind of in production hell, but I definitely think it's something Warner Brothers should greenlit. Obviously, they have a lot of films that have to be released, and so maybe after those films come out and they see how they perform, they'll be more open to Michael Mann's ideas. But I definitely think Heat 2 should be looked into for sure. With that being said, guys, comment down below what you think about this article. Let me know if you're excited for this, a potential Heat 2 film. We did see that it is delayed, but still, it has potential. So we're going to keep banging on the door for that. Let me know what you think. Ring that bell for notifications. Share this video with a friend that may be interested. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. And as always, be safe. It's Neff signing off.